Tom Heritage, Lieutenant, U.S. Naval Reserve.
Richard O'Mara, RD3.
Virgil Chambers, a Raterman, 3rd class, United States Navy. The Bayfield was a great experience. There was a certain amount of security that I felt when I was on the Bayfield. I know back to the Marines, and they were leaving the ship. The ship was my home. I felt it was a place to be secure, even though it's a great big target in the water. If the Viet Cong or if the North Vietnamese wanted to shoot at us, and they did shoot at us. I mean, it's a
serious,
big target.
130 millimeter gun, the ZMZ that they were shelling. The Bayfield was far enough out, but we were within range of that 130 millimeter. So they popped shells into the beach. So it was, we knew we were in a war.
Yeah.
So,
But the Marines, they had it rough. I mean, they just. But the young kids, and like I said, one day it was all games, and the next day they were dead, and we put them in a freezer and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you don't even think about that. You think, well,
That's not funny. I'm not laughing.
I know.
It's
That's what I mean. Most people don't realize that. It's like, I say it because I like people to understand what it's really like. I mean, it's like, yeah, you got to carry this guy on your goddamn shoulders and put him in a reefer deck with your bread and your fruit and all that kind of stuff.
Well, they call it the morgue, but it was
the
reefer deck. Yeah.
It was the reefer deck,
You can't tell people about your experience in a Navy during wartime. Or in any branch during wartime. I mean, you can tell them about it, but they're not really going to understand.
Relate to it.
And even when my dad would talk about World War II, and I'd hear people talk about the war and so on and so forth, I wasn't going into that kind of a war. I remember John Kennedy and the PT boat, PT 109, and all that kind of stuff. While I was going into ships and boats and all this kind of, I never thought of anything other than, okay, it's a service. It's something I got to do for a while. I wanted to do it, but the realism of war when it sets in, and the horror of war when you experience, is nothing that you can imagine or be told about ahead of time, or let's say to be prepared for. You can't prepare. They can tell you about this and that, but until you actually live it and see the fear in the eyes of your comrades and your shipmates and things that have happened, you can't. No one understands.
I think the important thing is that the Bayfield was being decommissioned, so the government and its esteemed values and knowledge spent a lot of money refitting the ship, and then we came back and tore it apart and sold it to Gillette, and that's basically why we broke up as a crew and went on our separate ways.
The Swift boats.
The Swift boats, yeah. We didn't do it like knowing that. I didn't know he went there, and he didn't know, I went there and all that stuff. We just wound up meeting out in the rivers one day after